For over 6 decades, people have reported a mysterious object orbiting our planet. It emits signals. It follows no known pattern. It's older than Sputnik, older than our rockets. Allegedly, it was discovered as far back as 1899 by Nikola Tesla, and some even say it outdates mankind. Above our heads, something watches. An object older than our space age. They call it the Black Knight satellite. But what is it, and who put it there? Welcome to Mysteries Retold. To understand the legend, we have to go back, over a century, before the moon landings, before satellites, before humanity had even touched the edge of space. In 1899, the brilliant inventor Tesla was conducting experiments with a powerful radio transmitter in Colorado Springs. One night he received something unexpected, a signal, regular, repeating, unnatural. At the time, his claim was dismissed as fantasy, but Tesla insisted he had intercepted a message from the stars. Then, nearly 3 decades later, in 1928, a Norwegian engineer named Jørgen Hals encountered something eerily similar. He transmitted a shortwave signal and heard it echo back, not once, not twice, but after several seconds, far too delayed to be a normal reflection. These strange occurrences became known as long-delayed echoes, or LDEs. To this day, no one can fully explain them. Some believed it was just atmospheric disturbance. Others believed the echoes were bouncing off something in orbit, something listening, something watching, and that's just the beginning. By the 1950s, rumours swirled. In 1954, newspapers quoted military insiders claiming that the US Air Force had discovered 2 mysterious satellites orbiting Earth. The problem? No country, not even the Soviet Union, had launched a satellite yet. Sputnik was still 3 years away, so what was up there? By 1960, the space race was in full swing. America and the Soviet Union were battling for dominance beyond Earth's atmosphere. Satellites were new, rare, expensive, and few in number. So when the US Navy's radar picked up an unknown object in a polar orbit, alarms were raised. At the time, neither superpower had launched anything capable of maintaining a polar orbit, one that passes over both poles, ideal for global surveillance or observation. It was large, dark, and unclaimed. No nation stepped forward to identify it. Some believed it was a piece of Soviet hardware the US missed. Others said it moved too slowly and on an unnatural path, not following Earth's gravity like our satellites do, but something else. The press began to whisper, "Have we been watched all along?" And soon a name began to take hold. A name pulled from myth and echoed across conspiracy boards, military files, and sci-fi novels alike. The Black Knight. For decades, the object became legend. Spotted on radar, then gone. Tracked by amateur astronomers, then dismissed. A ghost in orbit. Until in 1998 it returned, not as a signal, not as a rumour, but in a photograph. December 1998. The Space Shuttle Endeavour launches from Kennedy Space Center, mission STS-88. Its objective, to begin assembling the International Space Station. A routine mission, until it wasn't. During a spacewalk, astronauts were installing insulation panels on the Unity module. In the process, a thermal blanket, roughly human-sized, slipped free and drifted away into space. Or so NASA claimed. Days later, several high-resolution photographs were released. One image in particular stood out. A dark, angular object floats in Earth's orbit. Sharp edges, irregular form, almost like a wing or armour. It appears deliberate, engineered, not accidental. The image spread like wildfire. Forums, documentaries, UFO circles, Reddit, YouTube. And all of them were asking the same question. Is this the Black Knight? NASA maintained it was just a thermal blanket, a piece of lost material, tumbling in microgravity. But skeptics weren't convinced. If it was just debris, they asked, why did it hold such a symmetrical, constructed shape? Why did it appear in multiple frames holding consistent form? Why did it align so closely with the descriptions given decades earlier? To believers, it wasn't lost insulation. It was the first clear image of something ancient, something that didn't belong to us. And in the silence of space, the Black Knight was no longer just a legend. It had a face. So what is it really? A piece of junk mistaken for a mystery? A covert spy satellite lost to history? Or the remnant of a far older intelligence, left here to observe? To understand the full picture, we need to dig deeper into the theories, the transmissions, and the unsolved signals still echoing back from space. Over the years, the Black Knight satellite has become a mirror, reflecting whatever we fear, imagine, or hope for beyond our planet. What could it actually be? One of the most enduring theories claims the Black Knight is an extraterrestrial probe. In the 1970s, Scottish researcher Duncan Lunan analysed the strange radio echoes recorded in the 1920s, those long-delayed echoes. He claimed they weren't random, but a star map pointing to the binary star system Epsilon Bootis, 200 light-years away. A message from an ancient civilization sent over 13,000 years ago. According to Lunan, the probe was placed here to observe us, to wait, until we were ready. The theory was later retracted, but not forgotten. Another theory suggests the Black Knight isn't alien at all, but a remnant of a lost human civilization. One advanced enough to reach space long before recorded history, a civilization like Atlantis, or something even older. Could it be possible that the myth of the Watcher in the sky predates our modern memory? From Sumerian texts to Native American legends, stories abound of a star being or sky object observing humanity, quietly from above. Some theorists believe the Black Knight is what scientists call a von Neumann probe, a self-replicating machine designed by an advanced species to explore the galaxy. These machines would travel from star system to star system, gathering data, replicating themselves, and moving on. If such a probe arrived here, it might do exactly what the Black Knight seems to do: observe, wait, and transmit. And of course, there's the simplest explanation: that the Black Knight is nothing more than a patchwork myth, a mix of misunderstood radio signals, military secrecy, Cold War paranoia, and a lost piece of insulation caught on camera. To scientists, the signals were explainable. To NASA, the photographs were just optical illusions and floating debris. To skeptics, it was just the internet doing what it does best. So which is it? A mistake? A cover-up? Or something we're just beginning to understand? We may never know for sure, but the signals still echo. The stories still surface. And above us, in the silence of space, something may still be watching. What was Tesla really hearing? And could someone, or something, still be sending messages? In 1899, inventor Nikola Tesla was conducting wireless experiments in Colorado Springs. He had built one of the most sensitive radio receivers on Earth. One night, he picked up a series of rhythmic, non-random signals. Tesla was stunned. I felt as though I were present at the birth of a new knowledge, or the revelation of a great truth. Tesla believed he had intercepted a message from intelligent life beyond Earth. Mainstream science dismissed him, but his notes remain, and to some they were the first recorded contact with the Black Knight. In 1928, Norwegian engineer Jørgen Hals reported something extraordinary. When he transmitted radio signals, he heard them echo back, seconds later. These weren't ordinary echoes, they were delayed far too long to bounce off the ionosphere, or the moon. And they happened repeatedly. Scientists couldn't explain it then. They still can't today. These anomalies became known as long-delayed echoes, or LDEs. And to some theorists, they were interpreted as reflected signals, bounced off a silent object in orbit, something not listed on any launch record. In the 1970s, Scottish researcher Duncan Lunan revisited the LDE data. He believed the echoes were encoded information, messages that, when plotted graphically, revealed a star map. He traced the signals to a specific binary star system, Epsilon Bootis, over 200 light-years away. Lunan theorized the map came from an alien probe placed in orbit around Earth 13,000 years ago. He later retracted the paper, but the idea, the ancient probe watching Earth, took root. To this day, strange signals are still reported, bursts, pulses, transmissions with no known source. Are they just cosmic noise, reflections, or whispers from something circling silently above? Some radio astronomers believe there are still unexplained anomalies, bursts that appear at odd intervals, with repeating structures, patterns that hint at intelligence but never confirm it. We listen, we search, but the sky never answers clearly. Are we chasing shadows, or are we decoding the last remnants of a message left long ago? A signal meant for someone else, or for us when we're finally ready to hear it? If the Black Knight is real, then someone, or something, put it there, and that changes everything. If it's an alien probe, it means we are not alone, and we never have been. It means that long before we built rockets, long before we mapped the stars, long before we even understood the concept of space, something else was already here, watching, recording, waiting. Was it sent to observe our development, to see if we reach a point of intelligence? Was it meant to guide us or warn us? Maybe it's a test, maybe it's a beacon, maybe it's a grave marker. We don't know, and perhaps we were never meant to. Or maybe we created it. What if the Black Knight is ours? A remnant of a previous version of civilization, one that rose, reached space, and then vanished, swallowed by time and ice and silence. Or maybe the Black Knight was never real at all, not as a satellite, but as something older and just as powerful, a story, built from fear and wonder, constructed from scraps of truth and stitched together data, given shape by our most ancient instinct, to believe we are not alone. Fact or fiction, one truth remains. Every night something moves above us, in the dark, between the stars, and whether it's a machine, a myth, or a mirror, the Black Knight waits. The universe is under no obligation to explain itself to us. Thank you for joining us on this journey beyond the known, into shadows, signals, and silent orbits. If you enjoyed this exploration into the unknown, subscribe to stay with us as we uncover more forgotten truths, lost legends, and unexplained phenomena. Like the video to support the channel, and share it with others who still look up at the night sky and wonder. This has been Mysteries Retold, where history whispers and the unknown speaks. Good night, folks.